Hey guys, it's Tracy. I am so excited to share my rustic jolly tree wreath with you today. I love combining Deco mesh and burlap together, and I wanted to show you how I do that in a wreath like this. I am adding so many things that are country: burlap, twine, ribbon. And when I saw this "'Tis the Season to Be Jolly" Christmas tree sign, I knew that this little sweet thing was going to be the perfect addition to the center of a burlap wreath. So let me show you how I put this cutie patootie together. I'm starting with a 16-inch pencil work wreath, and the Deco mesh I'm using is a 21-inch poly Deco mesh. This has like a little shimmer to it, so this is perfect for the Christmas season. So I am just going to gather it up, and I'm going to make 10-inch poofs, and I'm going to be inserting them in the inner ring, and I will do that around the entire inner ring, and then I will move to the outside. I have some pieces of burlap ribbon, and this is a 6-inch burlap ribbon, and I'm going to take about, I don't know, I just like to eyeball stuff. I'm going to use about, leave about a 4-inch piece of overhang, and I am just going to open one of those ties, and I'm just going to twist that in there. And what I just kind of want to sporadically put it in there, so that it kind of curls. See that on the right hand side where it kind of curls? That is the look that I'm going for. So I'm going to twist that in there, and then I will switch to an outer tie, and then I will twist it in that tie, and then I will cut off, leaving about a 4-inch overhang. Okay, here's a craft tip. If you don't want the ends of your burlap to fray, just add some Mod Podge to the ends of the burlap and it will not fray. Okay, I'm using a 21-inch paper mesh, that's that green color, as well as some jute poly meshes. So I'm going to cut my green paper mesh about 10 inches. It's nothing real definite. I just kind of figure out how big I want them and eyeball it. And so my mat isn't big enough, so I just need to cut it. And then I'm going to cut this roll in half. What I like about paper mesh is that you can kind of pull it on the ends and it will kind of wrap over on itself and give it just kind of a little roll, and will kind of help you with the process so that you can, you know, roll it and form it a little bit differently. You can kind of feel how it kind of lets it go, and then I just roll it at a diagonal angle. I have 2 rolls of 10-inch jute poly Deco mesh, and I'm just going to roll them out together just to save a little time. I am going to cut these at 12 inches. Okay, with these jute poly meshes, I'm going to do it in a ruffle technique. So I'm just showing you here, just lay it out flat and just start gathering it in the center so that it gives you a ruffle, just like that. I just added them into my wreath, opening up those ties and just adding them in the different places that I wanted them to be. I'm adding an extra green stem because I want it to show at the top, because my sign has some green pine in it, and I thought that this extra stem would kind of enhance that green pine that is on the sign itself. So it's just purely for accent reasons. Okay, I have this red tubing as well as some jute. It looks almost like hay baling twine kind of thing. That's what it kind of looks like. But I'm going to wrap it into a bow. I'm making 2 loops, both together with the red tubing as well as the twine. And I'm going to insert it in my wreath. Now, what I found is I went ahead and I did it, but then once I put the ribbon in it, I put that on top of the ribbon because I just like that look a little bit better. Before I put the ribbon on, I'm going to attach my sign. I'm going to drill a couple of holes. I will show you in a second, but I'm going to also use the hanger in the back, and I'm going to thread some of the twine through there and attach it to the actual wire wreath. For my ribbon, I am choosing 4 different patterns of ribbon. I have those 2 together, and then this green and this Merry Christmas ribbon. I usually cut my ribbon around 10 inches each, and then I will take them and I will dovetail them or fold them in half and make those V-cuts because I like the look of that, and that's what I do with most all of my ribbon. Kept the same patterns of ribbon together, but I alternated the ties. Every other one I put the 2 ribbons in there, as well as the tubing with the twine bows. I put that in those ribbons as well. This is something that I like to do to my wreaths. This is totally optional, but I'll just show you how I do mine. I just take a piece of the ribbon, I coordinate it with the ribbon that's in the wreath, and so I'm just kind of measuring it and figuring out how long I want it. I don't want it too long because then there's too much space, but I'm just going to glue some of this twine in the middle of that. And how I do that is I use white. I use the Aleene's Tacky glue, and I have this Tim Holtz nonstick mat that I had cut apart, and I use it for projects like this, and then I just let that dry, and once it's dry, then I will add my bow. These are the materials that I'm going to use for the top of my bow. I always use the same ribbons that are in my wreath, or I try to, and I'm just going to pinch them together here and add another loop of that twine and then twist it all together with a pine stem and glue it at the top of my ribbon. I just really think that it makes it look really pretty. Thanks so much for watching how I attempt to show you how I make my Deco mesh wreaths. I've had many requests, and I appreciate your comments and feedback, and just all of the support that you have given me through watching my videos, and just your friendship. I appreciate you all so much. And click on some of these videos if you'd like to see more of my tutorials. Let's connect. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thanks so much. God bless.